Well, hello everybody from the lovely Herberton. Unfortunately, the rain has played a big part in what we've been doing, and there's been some very heavy rain. We're chancing it today. We could cop it, we may not, and our own fault if we do. We don't have our wets with us. Get around here before I start talking. So we're just leaving Herberton for a short run. But firstly, thank you for watching the first two from our trip north that we have put up. We appreciate it. Now this is on the way out of Herberton in towards Atherton. Just to let you know, Herberton has probably just under 1,000 in population, 800 odd as of 2016. That is the historic village in there. It's very, very popular. It's what brings people into Herberton. Very popular. They also have a private school that a lot of people send. I think it's a boarding school, and I think they play a big part in the town. Old mining town, and I've got a feeling they mined tin, but Tom can correct me on that if need be. Has an elevation of 918 above sea level meters, and yes, we're in for rain. We're not going to get very far. Wild River Caravan Park. Tom has done a small bit of drone work this morning, and he will put that on. So it'll give you an aerial view of Herberton. I was very tired for a few days after the trip. I seem to sleep very easily at night, which is not like me. Now, is this rain going to continue? One hopes not. Not so early in our day. I can handle wet trousers on the way home, but not on the way there. It's so humid. Oh gosh, here we go. We had a look at the radar and there didn't appear to be any rain. Obviously we're looking at the wrong radar. Keep going by the looks of it. Yes, I was very tired after our trip. This body's not as young as it used to be, obviously. What will I tell you? We did take a trip to Cairns yesterday in our daughter's car because we couldn't trust the weather. I had to collect some new glasses that I had sent up to Cairns. Tom had to get a new pair of riding boots because his very expensive ones went under warranty, and they weren't even a year old, and they were like nearly $300, I think, and he doesn't know what to do either. They just split, the sole split, so we went looking down at AMX Superstore, picked up some glasses, had a nice trip, and I think Tom will show you a little bit of footage of the trip home. Now, we went down what they call the Gillies. The Gillies can be quite treacherous if you don't know it. If you approach it blindly and go like a bat out of hell, you're in all sorts of trouble. I googled it this morning just to see the number of turns. It was well over 200, and we will be taking you along the Gillies later on when it's good weather, and we do probably our Port Douglas run.
Well, chaps, we've just pulled up here on the Gillies Range, and that's looking down into Goldsborough Valley. On the way to Cairns down that way. We borrowed our daughter's car. But just look at that. That is beautiful. I don't know if it shows. Hang on, mate, what's happening? What are you doing, love?
It's a bit low, isn't it?
What are you doing? Come on, you can do it. Up, up, up. That's the way.
Cecil is the name of the car.
Okay, this is our daughter's car. His name's Cecil. I'm not sure if you can hear Wendy, so that's why I'm repeating it. I apologise. Look at that. That is gorgeous. That is really something. Raining in the rainforest, folks. A bit hard to see much else. But somewhere over there is Mount Bartlefree, the tallest mountain in Queensland. We will get some footage of that for you at some point. So I just thought I'd capture this bit of a rain shower there. Yeah, I did get that little thing down there, love. Oh, I did. Down there. You having some exercise, dear? That's the spirit. This is an awesome little drive, is the Gillies Range. Let's see if I can zoom back out. There we go. Bit of a rain shower for you.
We actually know the Gillies very, very well because I think I have told you, well, I know I've told you that in past videos that in 2012, look, I'm even forgetting, we were up here travelling and I had breast cancer. I was diagnosed in Cairns, and so we're in our motorhome, we elected to stay in Cairns for the full treatment. There was for the chemotherapy, that is, and transferred to Tasmania for the radiation. But we didn't want to actually stay in Cairns itself. Our motorhome was quite sufficient to live out of, because that's why we got it in the first place when we were travelling. And both daughters were in Cairns at the time, but we didn't, because of the heat, because it was November, December and January that it's hot most of the time, but that was the worst time to be going through chemotherapy. And so what we used to do, I'm just going to pause that here. This is called the Herberton Range. Our daughter and son-in-law negotiate this road every single day to and from work. Yes, so we would come down every 3 weeks for my chemo from a place called Yungaburra, which hopefully we're going to get to today. One of my favourite places in the world is Yungaburra, and I often say that if I did have to live up here, that is probably one of the only place that I would want to live would be Yungaburra. And we would come up here, and they have a very large dam, Tinaroo Dam, and because it was the off season, it was not full. A lot of people come up here to fish, to stay on the dam, and gosh, my memory's fading me. I think it's called red claw that they come up to catch. I could be so wrong with that. But we would go down the gillies. There are two ways, there's another way, but we would go down the gillies and I'd have my chemo for 4 hours, and then we would come up and just stay in our motorhome on the dam. It was a council caravan park on the dam, and it was good. Better speed up, I've got a car behind me. I am going a little bit slow. I have a soft spot for Yungaburra. I just think it's a beautiful place. It's a well-presented little town or village. I will actually mention, because it's just an interesting thing and no one knows why, and I can't remember the actual spot along this road from Herberton to Atherton. In my daughter's car, which she calls Cecil, there's one spot. Now I can attest to it because I've been in the car when it happens. You're going along and there's one particular spot, and it doesn't happen every single time, and I haven't asked her this time around if it's still happening, but the door locks just lock by themselves. It's almost as though it's magnetic, or I don't know, I don't think or there's a ridge or something close by that causes it. If anyone has any suggestions as to why that would happen, please let us know. It doesn't happen to my son-in-law's car as far as I know, just Anna's car. We're in Atherton now, and we'll get fuel. I also like Atherton. When we went to Cairns yesterday, you know, it's been such a hot summer down in New South Wales in Grafton, and we would be saying to ourselves, oh, this is just getting like Cairns weather down here, this is horrific. Well, no, we were wrong. Got out of the car yesterday and oh boy, it hits you. The humidity really, really hits you. So much better up here. Still warm, of course, but so much better. And it's cold up here in the winter time. You know, at night you have to have a fireplace on. There's Tom's new boots. See that there, the new boot? I can't remember the brand. He was going to get mine. Mine are Dry Riders and they're quite good, but they didn't have the right size there for him. This is a busy roundabout. There's a little place along here called Giddies. I can't see it, it's somewhere up here. And it may have changed hands now, but when I was going through the chemo, I'd come up here and they made the most amazing thick shakes. Oh gosh, they were so good. So usually we try to get a thick shake when we come to Atherton. A lady likes my bike. There's a place there, you can see it's advertised, it's called the Crystal Caves, and you go in there, it's like a little, you know, look at their crystals and all sorts of touristy things to look at. It's quite nice. We didn't come on Tuesday night, but there's a pub along here somewhere, I can't remember which one it is, that we, last time we were up 2 years ago, we come to trivia every Tuesday night, and it's really, really good. So I think we're going to go along to that next Tuesday night. I actually bought myself a new pair of gloves yesterday while in the bike store, and I've never spent so much on a pair of gloves in my life. But I find they fit really, really well, and they don't bunch up in the palm. The brand is Argon, I think. Yes, Argon. I have a little Bunnings here. I don't know when we're meant to be getting fuel. Alright, mate. Gosh, you bipped me and I slowed down. Honestly. Some people are so impatient. I'm just being a very careful rider, and he beeps me because I just didn't move fast enough for him. Goodness me. Some people are so impatient. Oh. Hear that fellow blast me on the roundabout? Well, I was just being careful on the roundabout. A car had its blinker on as though it was coming around the roundabout, but it didn't. And he's behind me and he gives me a blasting with his horn because I wasn't moving. No, I didn't do anything. That fellow really upset me. It puts you off and you're in a strange town and someone gives you a blasting like that. Well, folks, we are here at Tinaroo Dam. We have decided not to put Yungaburra Village in today's footage because it's just a bit dull, and we want it to be a bit nicer, a little bit better day. But we'll show you from the drone footage of the dam.
And we're working amongst all the rain showers too.
Yes. We're going over the caravan park now and I guess you could call them like a motel rooms, where we stayed all those years ago. And you might be able to pick it, but there's a thing called the Avenue of Honour, and it's where the soldiers that were in Afghanistan, it is for them, to honour them, those that died, of course. We do have friends from Tasmania that we actually met here at the dam. and we see them usually every year when they come over to the mainland. And their nephew was killed in Afghanistan, and his name is on one of the plaques. So that's a little walk that you can do and read all the plaques.
That's the caravan park we stayed in for all that time while Wendy was getting chemo.
So, as well as Red Claw, which I think I mentioned, I think they do fish for barramundi, but it's a bit muddy. I prefer the ocean barramundi.
Lovely dam, full as a goog at the moment with all the rain. Oh, who's that?
That's me with a big wet patch because my jacket is no longer waterproof.
Well, to be fair, the lining's not in it. There we go.
It doesn't matter. So folks, we didn't realise it'd be this crowded here. It's the Thursday before Good Friday and probably the last day of school for a little while they have their holidays, and they've decided to come here. There's buses everywhere. And of course there's people coming in for the holidays. Along here is the Afghanistan Memorial, and there are names. You'll find everyone's names of those that have fallen in the Afghanistan war. It's really quite beautifully done. And the people that I was telling you about that from Tasmania that we met up here, it wasn't here. It's only been built in the last maybe 8. I think it was being built actually while we were here. About 8 years. But the people that I was telling you about, their nephew was actually killed over there, and his name is there. So green.